Sorry, Asha. That's really loud. Guys, I had a PT session yesterday and aches. Listen, they have to create a whole new word for the way I feel right now, because this is not body aches. This is something more. Hey guys. Oh my god, I just need to find my composure because I lost it somewhere back there, and I have missed you so much. You guys have seen me, but I haven't seen you know what I'm saying? So I have so much to talk to you about, but more urgently, it's the end of Feb, so we need to do a journal with me. Let's do that. Let's run the intro, and then yeah, we'll catch up. What are you saying, guys? Okay, so hey guys, how you doing? I'm just gonna jump in real quick here. I don't know what I was on while I was filming this, but I don't know why I did not check myself in the bloody viewfinder, because why am I taking up like such little space in the screen? So sorry, it kind of gets better moving on, but you just have to excuse the terrible setup in this video because yeah, I don't know what I was on, so sorry about that. But anyway, hope you enjoy. Mwah, love you. Okay, actually, you know what? Before we start, can we just talk about this? Wait, hold on. Can we talk about this? You see that? How sick is that? Anyway, we have so much to catch up on, which you're gonna get. Don't mind me, just sitting comfy. I'm gonna catch you up properly on things in probably my next video. I think we're due like a chatty get ready with me. You know what I mean? Like, I think we need them vibes where we just sit. It's a long one. I'll just do my makeup and I'll just talk to you about everything that has happened over the last 2 months, because really I haven't sat down and filmed in nearly 2 months. Like, here everything's been pre-recorded, so yeah, there's updates. Anyway, let me sit up, because obviously because this is a journal with me, like, you're gonna find out quite a fair few updates in this video. But you know, if there are any unanswered questions, just know it's coming. Next week, it's coming. Anyway, if you're new here, hey, this is a journal with me. We do these monthly, and we just reflect on the past month and start basically strategizing and answering the relevant questions so that we can get prepared for the coming month. So here we go. As always, I've got some questions prepped. I switch up the questions each month, so we've got a new set of questions this time. We're gonna go through them. And just like, feel free if you want to write them down, if you want to like just think about it, if you want to pause the video, like however you want to do it, whatever works for you, go for it. Me, I like old school, yeah, I like old school, so I'm just going to be making notes. But yeah, here we go. So get ready. Question 1. You regulars out here know I love to start with some gratitude. So first question is, what are 3 moments from February you're grateful for? I'm also just going to jump in here and say, because I didn't do an end of Jan journaling session like for myself, I'm gonna like all my answers throughout this session, like my personal ones, are gonna be like Jan and Feb, because there's been quite like there's been a crossover. It's like the same kind of updates have been like within 2 months for me, so I'm gonna answer them like that. Obviously, just do it however you want to do it. So 3 moments from Feb you're grateful for. Alright, so I'm gonna, obviously Jan and Feb for me. Obviously I went to Saudi. That's like the biggest thing that happened in Jan. I went to Saudi to visit my brother for 2 weeks. He works there for like maybe like 6-ish months out of the year. This is like his 3rd year being there, and I've never gone to sea, and essentially he's got like his whole life there as well as here, and it's just like I've never seen it, I've never been part of it, and I got to like be fully immersed into it. Like, those of you guys that have me on Insta and TikTok and stuff, you would have seen, because I've been dropping short form content from the Saudi trip, which you guys are going to see soon enough. Just bear with me. And yeah, just like being able to be there and experience like his life there was just so priceless. Like, it was such a great experience. And even just like aside from that, I had the most incredible trip there. Like, just, oh my god, it was just so sick. But let me save that for next week. Okay, another moment I'm grateful for, I'm gonna say this past weekend. It was Valentine's, like the week before. So I did like a Galentine's like weekend at my brother's currently empty apartment with Rachel, and it was so cute. Like, I just feel like I really needed it. Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And also, One Love, the Bob Marley film, came out, and I went to go see it with my dad. And again, like, it was just so cute. It was such a nice little like evening. And I think both of those things were really moments to be grateful for, above the obvious, but because like I really needed a release. Like, there's been so much going on in my personal life this year so far, and it's been like, whoa. It's been like a lot. So I really did get to a point where I just felt like I need some kind of like a break. I need a release. Like, I need a complete like unrelated, like just time out, you know, time out. And both of those really like gave that to me. So I'm very grateful for both of those. Okay, question number 2. In what ways did you grow in Feb? Okay, so for me, obviously this is going to be Jan and Feb, and for me, 2024 so far has been filled with firsts. Like, I mean, I asked for growth when we came into 2024, and God was like, you know what, you want growth? I'm gonna give you growth. Because when I tell you, life has not held back on me. And obviously growth comes from discomfort. Let's call it what it is, right? So yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, but we'll get there. So, in what ways did I grow? I'm gonna say, for myself, you can come up with as many answers, as few or as many as you can, as sort of feels right for your month and how it's been. For me, I'm just gonna answer this with one. I'm gonna say my personal strength. That's the area of myself where I really grew. Things in my personal circumstances have happened, you know, like life happens, right? So things have happened this year so far which have highlighted my growth, which has obviously been in the making over the last few years, but I've seen it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you are tested, that's when you can see how far you've come. And I'm in my test, and I've been in my test since the start of this year, and I'm seeing my strength. So in terms of where I've grown, what I can really say I've seen is I've grown in my own strength. In like so many ways, but I feel like that is the best way to sum it up. It's required me to step up and grow up in a lot of new ways. Yeah, the situation has just required me to, and I've been able to. I feel like I'm handling it now with so much more genuine strength. It's like before it would be like, okay, like you need to be strong, come on, like you need to da da da. And now it's like, I don't have to give myself that pep talk. It just kind of, I just settled into it, if that makes sense. And that has come through a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of intention. And I think this applies for any kind of trigger, any kind of hardship. Those moments reveal so much about yourself. One of the things that is always uncovered in situations like this is your strength. So that's just what I've been shown, and it feels great. Question number 3. What new challenges did you let's run that back. Question number 3. What new challenges did you overcome in this past month? This is obviously similar to the last question, but I'm just going to highlight the differences so that you know how to answer it. With this, it's more so like it requires you to bullet point out, like just list all the different challenges that you have faced and you have overcome. Because a lot of the time we actually have wins, but we don't celebrate them as wins, and they kind of go unnoticed. So this is going to require you to think back of all the challenges that you've come across, big or small. It really does not matter. It does not change how significant it is. And write down the list and just appreciate all the things you've achieved. I don't know why I'm so uncomfortable on this chair today. Like, I keep slipping and sliding out here. On my list, I had my first solo flights and like stay abroad, which I've wanted to do for so long, but it's like, it just never happened, and I wasn't active enough in making it happen. So, and it was just like empowering and liberating, and anyway, again, I can talk to you about this next week because otherwise we're going to be here for a very long time. Next one, I had my first abroad solo date. I literally took myself out for dinner in Saudi, and I've never done that like in a foreign country. Like I've never taken myself out somewhere, like done something independently, let alone like a little date. Like it was just, oh yeah, proper like moment to remember. Next one, I was in a lot of uncomfortable situations that could have made me anxious in Saudi based on things that just generally tend to make me a little bit, you know? And I was in so many of them and I came out fine and I was good, you know? Like I dealt with it. Another one, I found out some difficult news while I was in Saudi, and I didn't allow it to affect my present moment. I was still present, and that is huge for me because I would never have been able to do that a few years ago. I overcame some anxiety attacks whilst I was in Saudi, and I ended up like completely turning it around, and I had one of the best trips of my life. The next one on my list, I was in a car accident, but I'm gonna explain everything soon. I think I'm gonna do a dedicated story time to it, but I was in a car accident when I was in Saudi, and the car like flipped upside down. So it wasn't like a small thing, it was pretty significant, but I am 100% fine. Everyone in the car was like, is still, and was at the time, 100% fine. We were all just completely blessed, like truly blessed. So I'm just gonna jump in and say that, like, everyone is fine, everything is fine, but the experience was like, it was a big one. I also overcame some of my own struggles in order to be there to offer support to other people that needed it more than me, and that also feels like something to acknowledge. Damn, yeah, 2024 has been mad. I wasn't kidding. It's been a lot. But remember, the challenges that you overcome, that you mentioned on this list, it's anything which has caused you a little bit of friction, anything that ordinarily is like a little bit difficult for you. Like it can be something that someone else could deem as really small, but to you it's a big deal. That should be on your damn list, because you have overcome something that is big to you, and it doesn't matter about anyone else's standards or what anyone else thinks of that point. If it was big to you, celebrate it, celebrate that win. Question number 4, what skills or qualities in yourself did you improve this month? Okay, again, we're gonna do this one as like a bullet point list. Okay, I've written my list. Independence and being self-sufficient. I already feel very much both of these things, but I improved those qualities. Like they were worked on even more so over the last couple months. So I still feel like this needs to be on the list, because a lot of things led to building those two qualities in myself. I also put down letting go and accepting what is. I think a lot of the circumstances that I've been faced with have forced me to do this, but sometimes really and truly it is what it is. So yeah, I was able to let go and accept what is. Next one I put is existing outside of my comfort zone. I think that just like Saudi in general, a lot of that trip was outside my comfort zone, even just going in the first place, like solo, and there were just a lot of new elements to the trip. So that alone, this is very much outside my comfort zone. But the whole trip, it was like day after day, not even day after day, there'd be like multiple things within a day which would be like, okay, comfort zone, okay, and then it'd just be like breaking down those barriers. So the whole thing was very much like out of comfort zone type of trip. Another skill that I improved was living in the present moment, like I touched on in the last question. Another one, confidence, defo. Again, like I said, like I already consider myself a confident person, but just because you have a quality doesn't mean it can't be improved, doesn't mean there's more work to be done. There's always more work to be done, right? Like you can always improve yourself more. You're never done with self-development, and this was just one of those things. And if you guys have been keeping up to date with some of my past journal with me's, I did kind of slip in this area a little bit, and I did say that I wanted to concentrate more of my energy towards bringing that part of myself back up again, and this trip definitely did it. Really gave me that boost that I've been needing. So yeah, confidence needs to make it on the list. And finally, knowing what I need for myself and unapologetically taking it. I think that is relatively self-explanatory, but it's very easy to know what you need, like what is best for you in a situation or in a time in your life, but not taking it because of maybe it involves imposing on someone else, maybe it means having to sacrifice being there for someone else, maybe it's not the easiest thing to follow through with, maybe it's a little bit ugly. Like there's infinite numbers of reasons why doing something that you need for yourself is not the easiest thing in the world. There are so many reasons. I was able to take what I needed for myself unapologetically, not straight away, but I did ultimately get there. I also just want to point out that my list this month for this question, and quite a lot of them actually, they're less everyday qualities. Normally to a question like this, you know, like my answers would be quite different, but based on my circumstances, these are the kind of answers I have. But remember, that should hold no bearing on your answers to this question. So if you need some like ideas for areas you might have improved that you haven't thought to write down, think about stuff like time management skills, being okay with imperfections, having a disciplined routine and actually sticking to it, like keeping promises to yourself, as we've spoken about before, like that is such a big one. Saying no, like there's so many, so really just give it some thought and think about what areas you developed. Question number 5 is, did anything get in the way of you achieving your best this month? And what will you do next month to try and change that? Okay, so a 2-part question, because we want to identify first, identify the problem, and then strategize with a solution. So, did anything get in the way of you achieving your best? Yes, actually this relates to one of my answers in the previous question. I took too long to prioritize myself in certain situations, and then I ended up like mentally and emotionally paying the price for that because I didn't look after myself soon enough. Like the signs were there and I knew I needed to, but I didn't do it until later when I was forced to, because like obviously I paid the price. Like I felt like what I could have avoided, essentially. That led to me just having like a slight blip just in general, and it could have been avoided. Now in terms of what I'll do next month to try and change that, so when this actually happened, like when I realised like, oh, like you definitely could have avoided this, I actually made a list in my journal of all the things that I need to be doing for myself to reduce the chance of this happening again. And I wanted to make them low maintenance, realistic ones so I can actually rely on them. Not stuff like I'm going to take myself out to dinner every week, because that is subject to change. Like you can't always rely on that, but there are things that you can do to make sure you're keeping yourself good, which don't require so much from you but have so much value. I actually have my journal here, so I'm gonna read you out some of the things I noted down. I said, regardless of my situation, I will, which I think is very key. It's regardless of my situation. I will work out of the house almost every day. So I mean like my editing, my admin work, obviously not my filming, but all the other stuff that can be done out of the house. Almost every day I should be doing that. I said gym almost every day, regardless of what's going on. So like what, 5-6 times a week, whatever my threshold is, stick to it and make sure that I do that regardless of what could be happening in my life situation. Meditation, I slipped off. Slipped off? Fell off. I slipped, or I fell off. Yeah, I feel like this happens with me, and I don't know why, because I know that it works for me, I know it's so effective, but then I get humbled, I get complacent. Yeah, I got humbled, and I realised I could be in a much better situation than if I'd been meditating like I knew I should be. So, on my list of things that I will continue to do, because it is not that much of a sacrifice, it is literally like, can be as little as 15 minutes a day. That is not much to give yourself. So yes, daily meditation, another one. Gratitude lists. You guys know my love for gratitude lists. Whether it's in the morning, whether it's at night, whether you want to write it down, whether you want to like think about it in your head before you go to sleep. I've been doing that one recently. Yeah, gratitude list in general, I think, again, it's such an easy, quick thing that you can do for yourself, and it is transformative. Another one I wrote was alone time daily, like quiet time. So I realised that I thought I was having the alone time that I needed, you know, like just generally day to day, because I work alone, and then I realised, hold on, I'm working. like I'm working. That's not time with myself, by myself. I need to dedicate quiet downtime that I spend by myself. And since I started doing that, when I made this list, I have really noticed such a big difference in the way I feel mentally. Allowing that time to just like kind of wind down at the end of my day and like tie up loose ends within myself. Do you know what I mean? Like not actually like doing shit, but just like being. And I think it's really helped me to feel like composed and collected and ready for the new day. So yeah, having some form of alone time which doesn't involve working every day. Another one I wrote down was doing something for me with no other reason. Wait, what? Oh yeah, doing something for me with no other reason. Like there's no other motive other than just I'm going to do this thing for myself. So whether that is like going out and getting myself a coffee, like just walking to the high street, getting myself... Okay, my camera stopped recording, rude. Where was I? Having a break in my day, like making sure I can afford to have some time to break up my day where I can sit down and read a book. Like nothing to necessarily give me gain in any way other than just doing something that's going to make me happy and for myself. Like those small pleasures, you know? And finally, I wrote down that I'm going to sleep early and wake up early. It's just something I can do for myself, which is good for me and it makes me feel better. Like my body, like everything feels better, my mind feels better, I'm more productive, I have a better day, I'm in a happier mood, like everything is just better when I do that. So these are all things that I can easily do for myself regardless of my situation to avoid accidentally neglecting myself like I did a few weeks back. Next question, number 6. What are you looking forward to next month? Okay, now we're moving on to the questions are now like prep for next month. So what am I looking forward to? Okay, actually quite a few things which makes me very excited. I'm going on holiday. I know. Just dropping that news here. I know. I just got back and I'm going again. I'm off. I'm doing up a beach holiday because I need it. I need a little break. I need something which is just like a mind, body, soul cleanse. You know what I'm saying? So me and Rach are going away for a little bit, not too long, but yeah, I'm really excited, and that's in March. It's literally come so quick. We actually booked it kind of recently, I'm not gonna lie, it was quite spontaneous. Well, it wasn't really spontaneous because we had said for a long time that we wanted to go away and we wanted to do this. Well, spontaneous in the sense of we booked it not long ago and it's coming up in March. So get ready for the content. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to in March is my mom's birthday. It's my mom's birthday. So obviously we're going to be celebrating and just like spending the day together and just like doing something special, the two of us, which is going to be really nice. And obviously it's also Mother's Day. But yeah, those two for sure. Another thing about March is my brother is coming home for a couple of weeks and I was so excited. I know I just saw him when I was in Saudi, but I actually didn't see him that much because he was working so much when I was out there. So a lot of the stuff I did was like independent or with like his friends or like people he had introduced me to and stuff like that, and not actually like with him. Obviously like I did do quite a bit with him, but not, do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't that much. So I'm really excited to just like have some time with him because he is the busiest man in the world and it's so hard to see him and get time to spend with him. So he's back in March for a few weeks and I'm really excited. Another thing I'm looking forward to, which isn't like an event, but I'm looking forward to just being more grounded this month because the last couple of months have just been like, do you know what I mean? It's just been like, and it's like I'm trying to find my feet, but it's like there's still kind of chaos around me sort of thing, and it feels like it's settling now and I feel like realistically I can feel more grounded in March, and that is what I'm gonna do, and I already am starting to feel that way, but I'm really looking forward to just having like knowing that I will be able to make myself feel more grounded and just to know that things are settling a little bit, you know? And another thing I'm looking forward to is actually filming some new content because I just feel like going away, like you know whenever you leave the country or you do something like a change of pace or a change of scenery or whatever, it just like, as a creative, it inspires you and it really just like, it just lights something in you. And I really did get inspired when I was out there creatively. Like, I just have come up with like new content ideas that I'm really excited to just try out. Like, it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna commit to it and I'm gonna be doing this. Not even, it's just like, I've just got ideas and I'd like to just try them out, see if you guys vibe with them, if I vibe with them, if it feels like a nice fit, if it works, like. And I'm just excited to have that kind of experimenting process with my content. Like, I think that's going to be so much fun. I'm also excited to finish all this Saudi content, by the way. Like, not because I want it done, but because I'm just excited for you guys to like see it and it be out there, because I am still going strong. I've been back for like, what, 3 weeks? Maybe longer? And I've been uploading short form videos every single day, and still I have so much more content you guys haven't even seen yet. Like, that is so exciting. And a quick plug, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to check out my TikTok and my Instagram. Okay, question number 7. What areas of your life do you want to put more energy to next month? If it helps, you can like start by thinking about what areas of your life took up most of your energy in Feb, and then see what areas you feel need more of your focus, more of your energy this month. For me, I'm gonna say, based on like my circumstances and everything being a bit mad, I'm gonna say that in March, I want to focus more of my energy on self, like myself. Yeah, I don't think that needs much more explanation. Just like what I need, and that should always come first. But I really feel like I need to tip the scale a little bit. I feel like you know, at certain times you need to be kinder to yourself. You need to be more compassionate, and you need to be in tune with what you need. And I know that this is one of those times that I need to be very hot on making sure I'm looking after myself. So that is going to be my priority and like my main focus for March. Also, I'm going to say being social, but that kind of falls under self, because I feel like for looking after myself, one thing that I do need to be doing is being more social, because I think it's going to help me in the areas that I need at the moment. So I'm trying to do stuff, you know, I'm trying to do stuff and be out there and be in new spaces. I think that is exactly what I need at the moment. And lastly, like experimenting with content ideas, like I said, like content is always going to be like a focus of mine, like month to month, like of course it's my craft, but specifically on creating like different stuff, like experimenting a little bit. Okay, question number 8. Name at least one new thing you're going to do this month. I think this is so good because, as in just as a question, not like I'm hyping myself up, but I just think it's really important to think about, because we should be trying new things and doing new things really regularly. And I think if you don't give that intention to it and think about it so often, you can end up going such a long time and be like, damn, like I've been in the same cycles and I haven't tried anything new, I haven't done anything new, I haven't like broken my habits, I haven't, do you know what I mean? Like I've not switched anything up or experimented with anything in life. And that's exciting, and it should be exciting. But anyway, well actually, there's a couple of things I already have planned, which I guess are kind of new, so I'm going to run with them. One is I'm meeting a new friend. Like we're having like a friend day, and I'm really excited. Like we've like set a day and like we're gonna meet and stuff. And I know it's not a new activity, but it's still new, you know? And that's good. It's social and it's new. 2 things that are good for me for this month. Another new thing is I'm gonna be switching up my content. So I'm playing around with my craft a little bit more. I'm gonna like push the boundaries a bit and like my own boundaries. And yeah. That whole experience is going to be new, so that in itself is trying something new. And also I have booked to go to a lecture, and I'm really excited about it. It's like, oh, I'll tell you more about it once I've been and whatever, I might do some content about it. But I'm really excited. It's like an educational, I mean obviously it's like a lecture about something I'm really interested in, and I want to start going to these kind of events where it's like feeding you information and things like that. Like there are so many that are available, and I just feel like I don't make the most of them. And I'm really excited about this one, and I'd love for this to be a more frequent thing that I do. So yeah, that's my like March newness. I've just thought of another one. I'm also going to start selling some stuff on Vinted and Depop, because listen, my wardrobe is like busting out. It just like, this is not this situation. It's just, it can't stay like this. I really need to do like a clear out of like my wardrobe, and also I've got like so many accessories and stuff. Like there's just so much stuff that has barely been used or worn or whatever, and it's still in such good condition and whatever. So keep a lookout, because I'm gonna be dropping some of my stuff on Vinted and Depop. So yeah, if you're interested. Question number 9. We're nearly there, guys. Where do you want to be, or how do you want to feel by the end of next month? So this is more like a visualization task. You can write it down and you can strategize. Oh, I need to drop my phone again. You can strategize if you feel like you've not already covered that. If you feel like you're kind of repeating yourself because, you know, how you're going to do it has kind of been covered in the previous questions up until this point, then that's fine. Then just kind of visualize your endpoint. Okay, my camera overheated and died. Really rude. But I was saying, if you feel like you haven't strategized, if you don't know how you plan on getting to your end goal by the end of the month, then make sure you create something actionable as well as just visualizing your endpoint. If you feel like you've covered it, then that's cool. Just do like a visualization exercise. And finally, number 10, I want you to make a list of everything that you want to release. So everything that you want to just stay in Feb and you're not trying to carry forward with you into March and the rest of the year. Whether it's a feeling, a habit, an emotion, a thought, whatever it is, write it down. This is you releasing it and you are no longer carrying it forward. Alright guys, that is the end of this journaling session. I hope you liked it. I hope you have an amazing March. Have an incredible March. I love you guys so much. I've missed you. And I'm excited for next Sunday to just catch up with you properly. Let me know how you guys are doing. I love you so much. Stay safe, stay smiling, stay positive. Have a great month and I'll see you next week.